Today we're checking out a PRS Hollowbody II versus a Custom 24. Let's get started. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Well, we've got an interesting comparison lined up for you guys. We've got hollow body versus solid body. Which guitar or which design might be right for you? So we're going to check out the advantages of each of these guitars. So it should be a lot of fun. Right, so in corner number one, we've got the brand new guitar from PRS. This is the SE Hollowbody II Piezo. And what we want to know is how this guitar stacks up against the standard. And of course that has to be the Custom 24. This is the guitar that started it all for PRS in the mid 80s and the guitar by which all other PRSs are judged. So we've got the brand new SE Hollowbody. There was much rejoicing amongst PRS fans when they brought the Hollowbodies to the SE line because, let's be honest, the core models are pretty much priced out of everybody's budget on the planet. So the SEs are awesome, and if you saw my review, you know this is an awesome guitar. So anyway, we've got flagship versus the newcomer, hollow body versus solid body. Let's get going. All right, so I'll give you a quick 30-second rundown of each guitar. If you want all the specs, I will link to them in the video description below. So what we have here is an ebony fingerboard and a mahogany neck. We've got non-locking tuners, so standard tuners, but we have a bone nut, which is fantastic. We've got laminated maple top, laminated maple back, mahogany sides, okay? And the things that are unique about this guitar is we've got a wraparound PRS bridge with piezo pickups, so we can get acoustic style sounds out of this, and you can split the signal to go to different amps as well. It's a little bit thicker than the Custom 24. The overall body dimensions are a little bit bigger as well. And of course, we've got the F-holes and the hollow body resonance. So when you play it acoustically, you get a lot of tone. Now onto the Custom 24. So we've got a rosewood fingerboard with mahogany neck. We've got a mahogany body with a full thickness carved maple top. So even though I have the gold top version, it's still the full thickness carved maple top, which is one of the most beautiful parts of the PRS, just having that carve. So the body itself is thinner than the hollow body and it is smaller overall, but it is heavier. So maybe we'll weigh them in a second. We've got the trem bridge on the Custom 24, whereas the hollow body has the fixed wraparound piezo bridge. And we've got a 5-way selector, whereas the hollow body has a 3-way selector. Also on this model, we get PRS locking tuners. Right, so let's throw these two guitars on a scale. Now, disclaimer time, the weights of my instruments may be very different than the weights of yours, but I'm just curious to see, what the difference will be. Now, when we look at the overall body shapes, I'll try to just bring them back. You can see that the Hollowbody II is bigger overall, and of course, it's thicker. But it is hollow body, so let's throw them on a scale and see what we got. All right, now to me, the hollow body feels quite a bit lighter, but let's find out if that's true or not. We've got 5.9, basically 6 pounds for the hollow body II. Now, as for the Custom 24, let's see what we got here. So about 7 pounds, maybe 7.2, 7.3 pounds. So yes, the hollow body is, just over a pound lighter. All right, you guys, now we want to know what each guitar sounds like. So let's plug them in. I'm going to play some clean, some overdrive, and some distortion. Let's find out if each guitar has its own unique voice. Right, so now let's talk about some of the differences in construction between these two guitars. One is made in the USA and one is made overseas. Now, it should be said that this model is PRS's most expensive SE, so I just want to get that out there. But when you just switch from one guitar to the other, it doesn't feel that much difference. Now, PRS does have an amazing reputation for quality control, and they will not ship out a guitar unless it's like perfect. So I'm happy to say with the SE, especially with this model, it's not like you're stepping up or stepping down. It's like you're stepping to the side and just getting a little bit of a different feel. So that is awesome. Now, that being said, there are a few small differences. The ones that I noticed would be in the fret ends. Now, the frets themselves are wonderful. They're smooth, they're polished on both instruments. But if we take a close-up look of the SE first, so I'll zoom like way in, like closer than you can see just with your naked eye, and then I show you the core model, you can tell the core model has had a little bit extra time polishing up those fret ends, rounding them off, and making sure there's no tooling marks. So that was one of the differences that I could notice. Other than that, it's just the differences between instruments. So I'm happy to say, quality control on both guitars is magnificent, and I don't feel like I'm stepping up or down, as I mentioned, just kind of side to side. So which one should you buy? Well, for me, it comes down to a couple key features. Number one, if you're looking for a light guitar, hollow body all the way. 6 pounds or in and around 6 pounds is a very light guitar and easy on the back. Number two, it's a little bit more resonant when you just sit down to play it. So if you find yourself practicing without an amp, a hollow body is nice because it projects a little bit more, resonates a little bit more when you're not plugged in. And of course, the piezo, at least on this model. This is what sets it apart. If you want some, acoustic type tones, this is the way to go. Now, if you care if ebony versus rosewood, that kind of thing, that might be a distinguishing factor. But for me, it's about the weight and it's about the piezo pickups. Now, in this price range, I would love locking tuners. Hopefully, PRS will bring that over at some point. But the tuning machines are great and they hold tune. So I can't complain. But when you're switching strings, it just makes it a lot easier. Now, in terms of the solid body, better feedback rejection. If you play with an amp behind you with a lot of gain, well, solid body just can't be beat. Secondly, if you need a trem system, this is the way to go. If you use a trem system a lot, you're gonna miss it on the hollow body. And finally, the magnetic pickups are more versatile. You've got 5-way switch versus the 3-way on the hollow body. So if you need more, versatility on your magnetic pickups, go with the solid body. If you just find yourself mostly using humbuckers, you don't need coil splits and all that kind of stuff, then maybe the hollow body is the way to go. Other than that, more premium features like locking tuners, and as I mentioned, the trem system and all that. If you guys enjoy comparisons like this, be sure to subscribe by clicking my face right here. Otherwise, the rest of my links in terms of the gear I use and all that kind of stuff is down in the video description below. You can check it out there. Other than that, have yourself a great week. Take care.